My name's Deanna Davis. My topic today is why children should rule the world. And I have to say that I've spent my entire life career researching why people are successful, why leaders are good leaders. And Brian, I've got your future leaders right here. The fact is, kids are just smarter than us. First of all, they follow their passion without seeking approval from anyone else. My son, potty training at age 2, wearing fuchsia pumps and digging out the front yard, okay? He won't ask anybody for permission, nor will he care until he's a senior in high school and I submit that photo to the yearbook. They are goal-oriented beings. My nephew Jacob came to me one day and said, "Auntie Anna, I want a piece of candy," which means, "Auntie Anna, I want a piece of candy." I said, "We don't have any candy in the house right now." He went into my office and on a white desk with a white computer, he had the laser-like focus to find a tiny white piece of candy corn and bring it out and say, "See, Auntie Anna, that's a candy." So laser focus, not just about finding things, but about that goal orientation. Last week, my son was screeching like a hoot owl in the other room, and I heard my daughter prodding him away. And so, of course, I yelled to him. I say, "Karsten, stop screeching." I say, "Melina, stop instigating." She said, "Mom, I only instigate on Wednesdays." So they're goal-oriented, but they have very specific practicality about when they achieve those goals. It's a very powerful strategy and one that all leaders use. Now, in my house, what you'll see is laundry is not a high priority, as evidenced by this slide. My daughter came to me one day and said, "Mom, have you seen my pink pants? I looked in the laundry room, in the basket, on the table in the kitchen, the dining room, and I checked your closet, couldn't find them anywhere." So it shows exceptional tenacity, if you ask me. When I said, "Did you check your drawers?" she said, "Well, why would they be in there?" Okay? So they've got a firm grip on reality as well. It's a balancing factor. Now, you've got to dress for success, okay, as a good leader. Doesn't matter what the occasion is, but the fact is that they have the persuasive powers to get scads of people to purchase vastly overpriced things for them and follow them around and dress them. Now, these persuasions can be used in many different ways. My daughter actually convinced my husband to take her to Chuck E. Cheese one day. They went back and forth, and he finally said, "Honey, Daddy doesn't care for Chuck E. Cheese." And she said, "It's not always about you. Sometimes it's about me," okay? So they've got this opportunity to seek out clarity and support when needed. They can make their case, and they will, and they do, okay? Now, they have objective candor, as we well know. A good leader needs to have this. I went traveling with my boss one year. We took her 3-year-old son, Taylor. We were going out to the pool before the conference started, and I was getting ready, getting my swimsuit on, and he goes, "Your legs are way bigger than my mom's," okay? So at the time, I thought, well, that's just an objective observation that he's sharing, right? But just this past summer, as a graduating high school senior, he could see and celebrate the small wins. He goes, "Look, Mom, we made it in our new book. Isn't that cool?" Now, kids seek out and savor little pleasures anywhere they can. I'm telling you, CEOs in today's economy need to learn how to enjoy lollipops and fudge, fudge sundaes a little bit more often. But conflict does happen, okay? We know it. My husband and I were arguing one day. He wasn't feeling very enlightened that day. I called my sister to kind of download it on her, and I said, "If I hack up my husband into small, tiny pieces, will you help me scatter his remains throughout the Pacific Northwest?" My nephew Jacob actually had answered the phone instead of my sister, and he said, "Aunt Deanna, I don't think that's a good idea." So they've got this willingness to challenge unproductive thinking in a way that I think benefits society, really. They've got a different perspective than we do. And I gotta say that on Mother's Day, my second Mother's Day, I came down with a stomach flu. My daughter was the only one there with me. My husband came home, and I couldn't even move. I was on the floor, and she said, "You know, Dad, Mom's been drinking out of the toilet," okay? With this look that is ill-advised at best, okay? But they call it like they see it from a very different perspective than the one that we have, right? And sometimes that's beneficial, I gotta say. Now, in this economy, during tough economic times, there are some really creative compensation options for children, okay? You can go a long way with gummy bears 5 minutes later at bedtime and play dates, and I'm just saying, there are a few world leaders that might want to consider this, as the opportunity to get our finances in order. So that's the whole reason. We've got Hail to the Chief, but what about hail to the kids. I'm thinking that's where the real leadership stands, right here and now. So thank you.